Hi, my name's Kirsty Meeking from Naio Nails. In this video we're going to create the full look. So we're going to do the full 5 nails with the whole look. I'm going to show you how to do a one-stroke design with little swirls as well. So on these nails I've already painted with the Urban Graffiti gel polish. Got a few different colours on there. This one here is Full Metal Jacket. This one here, this like bottle green colour, is Poison Ivy, and it's got a little bit of glitter on, which is a little bit of Look of the Irish. We put that there as well, just literally bobbed a little bit on and faded that down. Then we've got Grape Expectations on here. I have top coated them all, but I am going to buff them slightly to do some artwork on them. For this part of the design, we're going to do some one stroke. One stroke is a way of painting flowers. My Auntie Lucy used to paint in this way on pottery. Because obviously I'm from Stoke-on-Trent and that's the heart and soul of the pottery industry. So this is when I first saw this technique, and then in recent years it's become really popular on nails. So I've got some colours here. I've got white, purple and green. I'm going to make this green a little bit darker by adding a little bit of purple to it, just to deepen that green. So I literally just touched into that with the other end of the brush. I'm just giving it a mix, and can you see how that deepens the colour? So like I said before, I've top coated these, but now I'm going to buff them quite softly. I'm just taking off the shine. This makes it easier to paint. Paint will then stick to the surface of the nail. I'm just going to clean over that with the gel residue wipe off solution. Give it a quick dust first, and then we're going to wipe over all the nails just to get rid of any other dust. And you can see that they're nice and matte now. So we've got a pinched brush that's angled. I'm going to go into I'm going to pick up the white. I'm going to go into the purple on the other side. Wiping each side, keeping the brush nice and flat. You can see how you get that blend. I'm going to do this around 3 times so the blend's how I want it. And I'm going to start by doing the outer petals. So it's very small movements, pressing the brush down and wiggling the brush. I'm going to do a petal in between those. Make sure the brush is nice and it's blended like I want it. I'm going to start up here and then do the other side of the petal here so they overlap nicely. The beauty of doing one stroke, if you're not happy, you can go over. So if you want it stronger in colour, you can go over it. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to use a slightly smaller brush. I'm going to load it the same. I've just gone into the water, drag off the excess. Don't let the water sit in the stock area, you just want to dampen the brush. Same colours. I'll load that a few times. And then I'm going to do like a U shape to connect those two together. around a little bit more. And then using this brush on the side, using the green and the slightly bigger brush, I'm going to go in the white, in the green, blend, again, so you can see you've got that blend here. If it's not blended, you need to go over it again. Just make sure the two sides are separated. Gonna just add a few little leaves to the bottom. We're going to do some more one-stroke work on the other nails as well, so we get the full look. I'm going in the centre of this nail now. We're going to do the petals a little bit fanned. Just going over them to just strengthen them up a little bit. Make sure each layer is dry before you go over. Just going to get the smaller brush. Just going over this one slightly to make it a little bit brighter. I'm going to take some white, a little bit of purple, and make a lilac. Now make sure when you're mixing paint, you mix enough paint, but you don't want to mix too much, because it's hard to then mix the same colour again. And I'm going to come round and down. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Again, the other side, and join up. Just going to get some fresh white, a little bit of water, and we're just going to do some little swirls. You're not going over onto the lilac line. If you do, you can always neaten that up. Now I'm going to put a really thin white line at the edge of, well, the lilac line, all the way down to the point. And the same with this one, all the way down to the point. I'm just going to add any lilac where it's needed. Now on this one, we're going to do a similar thing with the green. We're going to mix a pale green, but we're going to come this way. And on this one, you're going to go on the tip. So I'm going to do the same again here with the swirls, making sure I'm overlapping. And I'm going to go around the edge of the green with the white. I'm going to carry on with some one stroke. This time we're coming from the top of this nail. I'm going to take the smaller brush now, the smaller pinched, slanted brush. Load that, and I can do this smaller part in the middle. I'm going to use this brush to finish off this flower. Now with the white, I'm just going to take a little bit of white paint. There's a little bit of water in this as well. I'm just going to highlight some parts of the flower, pressing down and then pulling off to the tip, which makes it bigger and then smaller. So you press the tip of the brush down and come off. A little bit wavy. So this is the last nail for this design. We're going to do the one stroke again. This is a good opportunity for you to have a little look at that again. So load your brush. You could even check your blend on your hand. Blend it on your hand. Lots of people like to do this. So a little wave. This time when you're doing these inner petals, watch the angle of the brush, so it's quite flat, and I'm not spinning it out. And now I'm going to continue this round. Just going to load this smaller brush and go over that centre part. So you've got a nice big flower there. A little bit of white paint with a little bit of water, and we're just going to highlight the centre. And then we're just going to do some of these little scrolls. With a dotting tool, just going to go from the centre out on this nail, and again the centre. Now all the paint's dry, what we're going to do is seal that in. We're going to seal it in with Mega Gloss. Make sure you cover all of the paint. Make sure you cover all the paintwork, because any paintwork that you don't cover, any of the artwork that you don't go over, will wash off or wear off, and you don't want that. So you can right to the edges, don't flood the cuticle. In the lamp, going to pop that in for 1 minute in the LED lamp. So now they're all dry, nice and cured, we're going to finish off with some cuticle oil. Replenish those in the skin. So you can see we've used a few different colours there, but we've followed the theme throughout the full set of nails. So you can choose any element from that design and have a little go.